Let's So thank God I set this as an alarm on my phone, because I completely forgot that we had an Xbox Direct today. It's honestly probably not going to be very exciting. Most of all, I'm talking to people in the VOD. But I was in the middle of recording and getting some videos ready for today, and then suddenly my phone started going off, and it was like, oh crap, I better set up. So hopefully we'll see some cool stuff. There is going to be a lot of, I think they're going to show Hellblade, which does mean that it's probably going to be a lot of licensed video content, but we'll see. Hey, Multi. It's the Xbox Direct. Blah. It might be really cool, but it might not. I don't know. The last year's Xbox Direct was kind of just like meh. So I don't know. Elder Scrolls Online global reveal in 2024. What? The hell are they talking about? What do they mean? Global reveal. We already know Elder Scrolls Online, man. Yeah, as far as I know, this is going to be one of those showcases where they only got like maybe 4 or 5 games. I don't know. The last time that they did one of these Xbox Directs, I'm gonna be real, it wasn't very exciting. It's kind of like them copying Nintendo Direct, but not having a clue how to actually like build a pipe and get to the point. So hopefully they've gotten better this year. But I mean, I'm always open to seeing all this stuff. Like apparently there's gonna be a new Indiana Jones game, which nobody asked, but okay, maybe it'll be just some generic, really high quality open world game or something. I don't know. Kind of a weirdly subdued intro here, huh? But just to mention, the more important showcases that are coming is in February, we should see a State of Play. And then March, there's always a Nintendo Direct. Which the funny thing is that I like how people are trying to act like those are leaks and rumors, and it's like we've literally had States of Play and Nintendo Directs every year for like 5 years, so it's not really a leak or a prediction, it's just gonna happen. Maybe they'll show Elder Scrolls 6. Nah, Elder Scrolls 6 is probably gonna be announced or showcased like maybe next year. Maybe at the Game Awards, maybe. Also, most important of all, there is a lot more implications that the Elden Ring DLC might actually be coming in February. Apparently they added like a download DLC folder to the Steam version of the game. And there was a couple other things that they ended up adding, like just in the internal code, that made everyone go, what the hell? What? 18 plus? What? Is this a TV show? This is probably like their studio, right? Yeah. I don't know why it's 18 plus. Probably because of stupid Hellblade. Yeah, so this is gonna be, I guess, just 4 studios. Damn, just 4 games. Wow. Okay. 4 unique games. We'll see about that. Oh no, I know it's all just rumors and hearsay, Multi. Like the Elden Ring DLC might be a long while away, but I'm clinging onto copium. There's just been a lot of hints. So it's kind of like, please God. Oh, they're starting. Okay, so we got. Wait, what are these games? The only one that I know. What the hell is this? The only one that I know is the Ninja Theory one. Okay.
Welcome to Obsidian Entertainment. I'm so proud to share with you our upcoming fantasy action RPG, Avowed.
Oh!
Avowed is an adventure into the heart of...
God, they never know how to stream in high quality, dude.
At the edge of the known world, where you must put a stop to a mysterious spiritual plague and discover a secret at the heart of the living land.
Was this that generic FPS game?
At Obsidian, we love creating worlds with deep themes, dynamic gameplay, and thoughtful reactivity.
What was that?
Avowed is no different. We set out to blend the believable and fantastical to give players a world and experience like no other. It's colorful, it's vibrant, it's strange. It's one of the most incredible settings in the world of Aora. There's going to be a lot of great secrets to discover, one of which has a really personal connection to you as the player character, and you're going to have a great time getting to know those secrets and leaving your mark on the world.
Show me gameplay.
When it comes to encounters, our combat brings
yeah, it is first person. Blah.
That comes with action-oriented gameplay and the depth and breadth of choice that you get with an RPG.
Honestly, it kind of looks cool.
More about Avowed's combat is Gabriel Paramo, gameplay director.
Here at Obsidian, our team's overarching goal is to empower you with choice. So we developed a flexible combat system that allows you to quickly swap from spellcasting and sharpshooting to melee combat. We want to give you the freedom to mix and match your loadout to fit the way you want to play from moment to moment, uninterrupted. For all battles, you can combine a variety of weapons, attacks, and abilities for tactical advantages against a wide range of enemy types. It's not just hacking and slashing. You're making
kind of looked like it was to me.
About when to use your abilities, powerful melee attacks,
honestly though,
blocks, parries.
Aside from the FOV being way too low for me, I might play this game. Like it looks okay.
One-handed wand, it feels quick and snappy when dealing damage to enemies at mid-range. Using the Tanglefoot ability, you can stop enemies,
especially if it's secretly as co-op.
Opportunity to focus on weaker or tougher combatants in an intentional and controlled manner. It's important to pay attention to the types of enemies you're dealing with. Some units are extremely defensive, some are brutishly difficult, and others you must make sure you prioritize, or their healing capabilities will put you in a tough spot.
Okay, I like that.
With the different encounters you will face, we provide customizable loadouts that can be quickly switched during combat.
A gun and shield.
Equip a sword and shield and charge into battle.
Yeah, that's true, multi.
And control the encounter mid-range.
It looks like it should be a VR game. Also, was that co-op? Did I see a second player
Use your
there?
enchanted wand to freeze enemies, and then use your offhand weapon's power attack to shatter them. We've worked hard to keep you constantly engaged as battles unfold by creating a balance between pressure and manageability during combat.
Players will have ample choices for how to build and progress their envoy in the world of the living lands as they get to know the game and the story and explore the many diverse regions. Some quests in Avowed will
graphics look goddamn beautiful though.
With profound consequences, like this side quest you may encounter in Shatterscarp.
Oh, a side quest? It's not gonna do anything.
Your journey through the living lands. As you're exploring, you come across the bodies of these fallen soldiers, and as you explore the remains of the battle, it's up to you to determine who, if anyone, is at fault.
Just the four of us. Manu, Kiri, Naoki.
I like how they're acting like the combat is something substantial and new. Meanwhile, I'm just sitting here going, just play Dark Messiah of Might and Magic. Also, yeah, hi guys.
Here.
I'm trying not to interrupt, but...
Take everyone's. Our families deserve to know we fought and died for them.
Making the right choice isn't always what it seems. We embrace moral nuance and gray areas, trusting players to make tough decisions in complicated situations.
Like what?
My squad and I rested in the cave by the water last night, and as we were sleeping, we were ambushed by those miserable Zorips.
Okay.
I was so surprised, and it was so dark. I just got separated from everyone else. Look, I can't face those monsters alone, but I have to know if anyone else made it out. Of course he did. Sergeant Asui never has a thought he won't say out loud. So what did he tell you? That Captain Ruiki was sick? That I was paranoid? That I was a dumb baby? I heard it all often and loud.
Wow, what a meaningful conversation.
Why is he not here with you? What happened?
I don't know any of these goddamn characters, dude. Like,
Private Naoki, if you believe the story he's told you, you can hand over the badges and let him go back home.
You're right. Real battle isn't something you can prepare for, is it? It's not my fault. No, they should have never have camped in the cave. I'll take the badges. I'm going back to Thirdborn.
But if you confront him, if you believe that he fled the site of the battle as an act of cowardice, then he might challenge you to a fight to reclaim his honor. Either way, when you return to town, you'll see the consequences of your actions and the choices you made during this quest.
Oh, like they'll
Creating an immersive experience.
have his head on a pike or not?
World we built. Art director Matt
Like, show
Hansen
it, don't
and team
talk about it.
worked to create a unique, colorful, and dynamic visual style.
From the outset, we knew that we wanted Avowed setting to feel rich.
Art director. Now he's a baller.
We found inspiration in a wide swath of real-world cultures, helping us create a unique.
Because
RPG
despite the stream quality being ass,
by contrast
the game
with
looks
vibrant
beautiful.
With the dull or verdant spaces with sickly ones, we can better deliver complex emotional experiences for our players. The Living Lands is a continent of untamed valleys with widely varied biomes, from luxuriant forests to volcanic wastes.
By the way,
Each of those regions itself is a conflux of storied landscapes.
and
All of the regions
Enshrouded?
have a lot of
Enshrouded?
special things associated
That the game?
with them, but I
That
have
comes
a
out
deep
next week.
place in my heart for Shatterscarp. As you're wandering the wastes of Shatterscarp,
And
you might notice
Pal
in the
World
distance
also
a
comes out like
vibrant jewel
tomorrow.
of color.
Enshrouded, thanks, whereas.
By transitioning from destitute, muted
Damn, dude, that
tones
looks like a completely
to
different game.
sand and marching in towards a beautiful oasis.
Like,
There's
if
the
this is
opportunity
just,
there for life, for adventure, and even a little danger.
if this is even like half what Skyrim is, I'm down.
We're thrilled to share more about the game in the coming months, and we can't wait for you to explore the Living Lands when Avowed launches this fall.
Can they, like, that's the thing that I hate. Like, maybe it's just me. But, like, when they're sitting there, like, acting like what they're selling you is, like, some type of a special, like, oh my god. Like, let's sit and let's talk to this individual about this video game. And then it's just like, bruh, just show me the gameplay or shut up. Like, oh, it releases fall this year. Game Pass, there we go. Right, it's an Xbox showcase. It's all gonna be day one Game Pass. All right, then I will play it just because I can play it for $10. I assumed they would share Ninja Theory at the end of the showcase, but okay. This is gonna get weird, because this is an art game.
Hi, I'm Don Matthews, studio head here at Ninja Theory in Cambridge, UK. We're now in the final months of development on Senua's Saga Hellblade II, and the team is working hard to bring you an unforgettable journey into Senua's unique world and her battle for survival, where we have once again combined high fidelity and immersive presentation with a shorter, narrative-led experience that focuses on the things that we really care about, and that we hope you care about too.
Shorter? As far as I know, it's just a story-driven game where you're kind of just on rails.
Senua is back with a new quest.
Okay.
She wants to stop the Vikings who raided her village right at their source, in Iceland. But not just her quest has changed. Senua herself has grown since the first Hellblade. She's made peace with her past and is no longer in such fear of her visions and voices. While the Furies are still her constant companions, she encounters new people along the way, some of which will value her unique perspective, and others who will reject it.
Little by little,
I've heard that the first game had a phenomenal story.
became my tribe.
From some random guy in the gym. Nobody I know personally has ever talked about these games.
In the game, Senua arrives in 10th century Iceland on the trail of the Vikings who have been enslaving her people. In the story, we're trying to be as faithful to history as we can.
Yes, whereas,
establishing a solid...
sorry, I don't mean to interrupt. Pal World is going to be on Game Pass. It's going to be on Steam and all the other things. But if we want to be able to play together, get it on Game Pass.
framework and then building more surreal elements on top.
Sorry.
Senua will face up to giants who have plunged the land into chaos, and which in turn has seen the rise of the Droiga, a violent...
Draugr? Oh no, Skyrim.
...that she'll discover. Senua will make new enemies
Xbox. You know what? I'm going to do what everybody else does because we don't need to react to this live. I'm just going to pause so I don't have to interrupt them. Hopefully that's okay with you guys. Rand saying Xbox is a joke for games. Only decent games that drop this gen are Baldur's Gate and maybe Diablo 4, but they ruined it with updates. Diablo 4 was pretty weak for somebody like me who played the previous Diablo games. I didn't like Baldur's Gate, but I'm also just not into D&D. The one thing that I will say that is kind of a problem with Xbox is they're flexing their money by buying up all these studios, but they don't get directly involved with those studios. And so we get games like Redfall and crap where Xbox is just sitting on the sidelines, like, make this live service game. And the team is like, okay. And then Xbox just leaves until the game releases. And then they're like, whoops, this game sucked. And it's like, yeah, because you weren't involved.
And also new allies who will come to see her unique perspective as a beacon of hope. And she'll discover along with us how this viewpoint can have its advantage.
Like, I like Xbox, but I don't know, man. Things being on Game Pass is cool, but it only goes so far when most of the games suck.
Senua is a Celtic warrior who experiences psychosis, seeing things that other people don't, hearing voices, and having unique beliefs about the world around her. To bring Senua's perspective of the world to life in a truthful way, we have once again worked closely with Professor Paul Fletcher at the University of Cambridge.
Yeah, exactly.
As well as people with lived experience of psychosis.
Exactly. When the studio doesn't have a direction from the people in charge, exactly. They just, okay.
Traversing beautiful and hostile environments, seeking answers from patterns and signs that Senua sees.
No, so if they didn't say anything about Enshrouded, I just said passively, Enshrouded is coming next week.
In her own unique way, and battling through encounters with enemies that will push Senua to her limits.
They're not going to show any gameplay or anything, by the way. Nothing interesting, because it's a story game, so they're going to try and keep it all hidden and show us all the same crap that we've seen.
Everything to the next level. With a new motion capture space, a bigger stage team, a stunt crew, and a new cast.
We spent a lot of time planning the motion capture shoots, thinking of what events would be good to bring into this fight. Like, how can we make this fight feel different from the previous fight?
Because they're all going to be the same, is what he's saying.
One of our key goals was the ability to actually tell a story throughout it. It does feel very different from the first game, but it's very brutal and you're very invested in it.
Hopefully Stalker 2 won't be a letdown. So if you didn't hear, Stalker did get delayed again. I think we all kind of have to buy it just to support the team, right? Like, at least it is going to be on Game Pass, but still, it's like, as far as I'm concerned, they've been through so much, like, just with the war and everything like that. The fact that Stalker is still coming is already just, like, impressive enough.
Senua isn't a superhero. She's fighting for survival, and we want the player to feel her struggle in every step of her journey. We want the player to always feel like they just scraped through, just survived it.
Nah! Games are easy.
Mel knows Senua better than anyone, better than I do. Her instincts are amazing, and she really doesn't need much help from me. On stage, our main focus is storytelling. So I get to watch the actors and see all the beautiful expressions on their faces. And then I have to wait a little while, and then I get to see that all again in-game, in costume, on location, everything. It's a great experience, a great process.
Yeah, mocap's something else, isn't it?
Unified in achieving a deep level of immersion to help suspend your disbelief and pull you into.
Like, it's cool, but just because they're using mocap for the first time
lucky enough to do a few
doesn't,
reference gathering
you know,
trips,
warrant them talking about it for 10 minutes.
The sense of scale, everything is incredible. And you see a scene or you see a small section of the game and you're like, yeah, that works, that's amazing.
I wish I could say the same, but the stream quality is always terrible.
Reality differently, and a part of this manifests in the voices she hears.
She will collapse. She will collapse.
These voices come to life through binaural audio, which provides a good representation of this type of auditory hallucinations. As we focus in immersion, binaural audio is perfect for this because through headphones, you surround yourself in a three-dimensional space. In the first game, we only applied to the voices that Senua listens in her head. in this game, through spatial audio technology and some extra little things within the game, there is music that is binaural. Every single sound has the potential to be binaural, so everything is spatialized around you, and it's a very beautiful experience.
Okay, that's pretty cool, actually.
Music is a strange language in the sense that it speaks to our emotions fast and deep. It's not only about quality, it's about personality. So when you listen to Hellblade, you know it's Hellblade. On the music, we are working with Heilung, which for me is a personal privilege because I really admire them.
Stop showing licensed stuff.
Their meaning in the music, it really connects with
No.
the game, and
No.
throat singers and our very own Furies, they sing so beautiful, and we add that binaural touch of music. So this all creates a very immersive.
Oh Lord, they're getting paid to do that.
Experience.
Our mission here at Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech. And that's our aim in Senua Saga Hellblade 2, is to not only see where Senua goes next, but to deliver something really meaningful for our players.
My hope is that they will really.
Okay, yeah. Shut up. They're done. They're not gonna show us anything. Yikes. Sorry, guys. I just... They just keep going. Okay, now they're gonna show us... Uh-oh. A special side game. Square Enix. Ah! Get out of here! Oh, Secret of Mana. What? They already showed this. What? You know what? I can't complain. They're gonna show us, like, this is already gonna be better than anything else that they show. And I guess if it's gonna be on Game Pass, hey. That's actually pretty big. That means Square is involved with Xbox now. Uh-oh.
Greetings, Xbox players. My name is Masaru Oyamada, producer for the Mana series here at Square Enix. 聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana の情報を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにいち早くお伝えできる機会をいただけて
Okay, so the remake is gonna be on Game Pass, I guess.
約17年ぶりと
Which is pretty cool.
聖剣伝説シリーズの完全新作。聖剣伝説シリーズは1991年にファイナルファンタジー外伝として誕生して以降、マナと聖剣をめぐって描かれる愛をテーマに、個性豊
I
かな
love the Mana games growing up because they were some of the first like co-op RPGs that I played a lot with my brother and my dad.
これまでに17作発売され、長らく
But eventually, as you can see, they started going a bit crazy with them.
本作は30年以上の歴史あるシリーズの最新作となるため、これまで培われてきた聖剣伝説としての世界をしっかり感じられるものを目指して鋭意制作中です。フィールドでは自然や精霊とのつながりを感じられる色彩
As far as I know, this is the PS1 Secret of Mana remake.
おなじみのモンスターたちも本作に登場して
I
いま
never
す。
played this one, the original. It's cool what they're doing, and the combat and everything looks dope, but the problem
これらのおなじみのモンスターた
is
ちを
that
作り出した
these games don't really feel like AAA quality.
聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana
It's nothing against the game themselves, it's just them remaking like these old games. It kind of like, in my opinion, if it was a lot cheaper, I would have a lot more appeal to play them.
Game in the Mana series to Xbox players. 初期の頃からシリーズ作品に登場しているモンスターたちは私が考案したものですが、中には小学生の頃すでにイメージができていたものもあります。今作では初めはドット絵からスタートしたモンスターたちをどのような形で最新化して、聖剣伝説 Visions of Mana に落とし込むか、デザインの方向性からモデルの完成イメージまでを監修する立場でプロジェクト
That is something that's really cool. They should show the pixel art versions right beside them, though. It'd be cooler.
聖剣伝説ファンタジー外伝を作っていた頃から自分の頭の中ではモンスターたちは立体的に
Damn, dude, the old drawings
自分が携わった作品では
are so close to what they actually looked like in game,
技
too.
術で表現できるかにこだわって作ってきました。
Like, usually the concept art changes a lot.
聖剣伝説のモンスターたちのただ可愛いだけではなく恐ろしさの部分もしっかりと表現できているのでバトル中は モンスターたちの表情にも注目してください。
これまで聖剣伝説シリーズには空を旅する海を渡る手助けをしてくれる頼もしい仲間たちがいましたが、今作には
Also, hi, Mystery, if I didn't say hello, sorry. Oh, okay, so there's mounts, so that's something Genshin Impact doesn't have with their billions of dollars.
も石井さんが新たに考案してくださっています。
新たな仲間を考えるにあたっては、
It looks pretty cool. If it's got multiplayer, I'd be more interested.
動物にしたいという漠然とした思いがありました。その上で、ヨークシャテリアの毛並み、見た目やアルマジルによく似た仙山港や古代エジプト神のアヌビスの子供といった。
To clarify, it's basically a linear RPG with very big areas to explore.
ラフデザインを書き起こしました。デザイナーにもアイデアを出してもらいながら、足の長さや丸まった時のイメージなど、ゲームの中での見え方も考えながら、調整を重ねていき、ピックルは誕生しました。
It does look pretty dang good, though. It looks smooth. I'll say that, like the gameplay.
過去、様々なコンポーザーが携わられた楽曲の雰囲気が感じられつつも、最新作として素晴らしい新たな楽曲が生まれました。
Yeah, true, whereas, I know.
BGM でもしっかり聖剣伝説シリーズらしさ。
Genshin just keeps fueling their funds into their other games and other projects now. And I'm just like, bruh.
100曲という大ボリュームの制作に挑んでくれました。
Hey, Spooky. Let's not talk about Genshin, otherwise I'll just get mad. Oh, there was another there's another closed beta test that you can sign up for Withering Waves, that Genshin ripoff game, which could be cool. Okay, the movement looks nice and it looks fluent, but it also looks stiff at the same time, if that makes sense.
今作はアクション RPG 聖剣伝説のアクション部分が強化されています。
Well, they got different characters that you can play as, that's cool. Unless that's just different armor. I think, if I recall, the original game let you choose two different characters, one of them being focused on magic, the other one being a fighter. I see his party members. It makes me wonder if it's got multiplayer. Yeah, sorry, to clarify what I mean when I say that the combat looks a little stiff, what I mean is it looks like when he does a dodge animation, it goes a certain distance and he goes in that direction without any control or willingness to cancel that animation. I don't mean stiff in a negative sense, I just mean, yeah, that. Anyways, tell us it's going to be on Game Pass.
小山田君を中心にチームのみんなが頑張って作ってくれていますので、ぜひ発売日を楽しみに待っていてください。私自身もプレイするのを楽しみにしています。
聖剣伝説シリーズとして初めて Xbox ユーザーの皆さんにお届けする本作聖剣伝説ビジョンズ・オブ・マナは今後も様々な情報をお届けしていきますので、ぜひご期待ください。この夏、この忘れられない冒険を Xbox ユーザーの皆さんに楽しんでいただける日が今から待ちきれません。
Oh, that's it? Okay. It releases on PC as well. Summer 2024. There's other games coming, so hopefully they have a good enough release date that they can get good exposure. That means it's not even going to be on Game Pass, is it? Alright. Well, that was a nice little sidetrack. Let's be real. Like, even though it's not super exciting, it's still probably going to be better than most of the other stuff that we'll see during this showcase. Alright, what even is this game? I have no freaking clue. Like, what the hell are they showing?
And welcome to Oxide Games.
Hi.
We founded the studio in 2013 with our decades of personal experience building some of the most beloved strategy games of all
Shows Hightail.
like Civilization 5.
Oh, this is a strategy game, okay.
New and innovative in a genre.
That's why I don't know anything about it.
Our History Untold is the game we've dreamt of making.
Ara is an homage to historical gamers, strategy gamers, 4X gamers. It features all the depth and gameplay fans of this genre love, where you'll explore the world, expand your nation, govern your people, and engage with your rivals on the international stage. But it isn't just more of the same.
Well, that's cool for RTS fans.
Challenge some of the preconceived notions about the genre, push it forward in a modern, empowering, and truly compelling and approachable way.
Yeah, didn't you like the Civilization game, Spooky?
On display in the office, which are all things that we purchased in order to add to the soundtrack and expand the game and make it really good. Hi, Dan. That's Dan. We started in his basement. It's been an amazing process to see from concept to completion. We started small, building a robust game engine, questioning our design assumptions, and prototyping out features, rediscovering what made us fall in love with strategy games in the first place.
The end result is Ara, the historical grand strategy game that presents a living world.
Cool for them, but I don't care.
To rule and chart your own path to becoming the most prestigious nation on the planet.
For Ara, we knew we needed deep systems with outcomes that encourage exploration and give players the power to experiment and make meaningful strategic choices while still having agency over their playstyle.
We also wanted to explore more in different parts of history and give players from around the world the chance to see the game reflect their unique perspective and not just ours.
And finally, we knew that for players to feel the impact of their decisions, they would need to see their choices reflected in the game world itself, not just through numbers on a menu. One of the first differences you'll see when you dive into Ara is what we call the living world. It's a procedurally generated alternate Earth, bursting with life, an intuitive, authentic, and immersive space.
So it's not based on real history, this one.
Society of their dreams.
The living world isn't just a map. It reflects the choices players make over the course of the game. They can see everything from the settling of the wilderness to cultural influence on architecture over time to the thousands of citizens living their lives and reacting to the changes. We want players to feel like they're truly.
I hope it runs better than City Skylines.
Their people as they thrive and grow. Core to the vision of Ara is our philosophy of rule how you want to rule. And no feature better exemplifies this than the victory conditions. Players get to decide what is most important to them and focus and prioritize.
It'll let us skip a little bit past this.
To win the game.
Personally, when I play Ara, I like to build triumphs. Triumphs are our collection of incredible monuments and architectural achievements from throughout human history. Like the Great Pyramid of Giza. They're hard to build, but worth it, giving huge prestige bonuses and game-changing abilities to the nation that constructs them.
Another aspect of Ara that I'm personally excited about is our crafting system.
The crafting system offers a unique challenge to the player that they generally won't see often in the 4X genre. Succeeding at balancing, gathering the right things, turning them into the tools that you need, and then...
Yeah, you want to know why no one likes crafting in 4X? Because it's a different type of game.
Triumph just changes the challenge that exists in Ara compared to other 4X games.
Crafting plays out in Ara at a national scale, with players honing and combining the natural resources they harvest into all manner of goods and components. Those are the foundation for everything, from international trade to improving their cities' and citizens' lives, and even manufacturing the weapons necessary to draft military units. The crafting system in Ara encourages thoughtful, advanced planning. It rewards players who can see the strategic outcome of all their collective decisions, and not just the individual ones.
Epic.
I'm proud of the work that's gone into our simultaneous turn system. Many strategy games have players alternate taking turns and reacting to their opponent's moves. In Ara, all players' actions are resolved at the same time. This rewards players' ability to navigate uncertainty, to predict and strategically plan for a variety of scenarios in the moment. This system makes Ara just feel more real. In a typical strategy game, once your turn is finished, you have to wait for a long time. With simultaneous turns, generally speaking, those times are very low. You get to keep playing the game and stay engaged rather than having those periods of downtime where you're not doing anything.
But do you still have to wait for everyone to finish their move?
Sifting through all of history and picking what to include. For Ara, we wanted to offer a fresh perspective, so we looked at cultures and societies throughout the millennia with the broadest lens possible.
Where this approach really shines is in our leaders. Leaders are so often seen as military personnel or prominent government figures, but leaders come in so many
Clash
different
of Clans.
They're thought leaders, scientific and cultural prodigies, and many more.
Each leader in Ara has a number
Okay,
of
guys, come on.
determined by their personality traits, as well as a powerful and unique leader trait informed by their contributions to world history.
With a diverse global roster, we know players will find leaders that they will want to play. And even a few that may surprise them with how fun it is when those leaders are handed the reins of power.
Yeah, I want to play as
Player feedback is
Genghis
the
Khan
only
and
way
make him
to
homeless.
Understand what you're making. It gives us that priceless perspective from the people we're making Aura for. You.
Building the game alongside real players has given us that critical player.
Spooky.
In the end, we believe this makes for a deeper connection between the players and the game.
One of my favorite examples is when we first introduced the concept of dangerous wildlife to the game. It turns out, in our first iteration, it was maybe a little bit too aggressive or disruptive. We knew we should probably make a change when one of our insiders made a forum post that was just,
Cougars, cougars,
Cougars, I hate cougars!
Someone get these feline demons away from me. I'm happy to report, based on more recent feedback, that I think we ended up in a good place with the overall threat level of mountain lions to a player's citizenry.
Why are they talking about this at an Xbox showcase, bro?
Strategy experience like no other.
The hell?
And we're so excited that we can finally see the finish line. We can't wait for players to get their hands on the game later this year.
But the launch of Aura is only the beginning.
Oh.
We're going to maintain our insider program after the release date.
With more
and
DLC.
continue to listen to players and support the game into the future.
On behalf of everyone at Oxide Games, thank you for joining us today. We can't wait for you to play Aura and to create your own history.
Yeah, thanks guys. I don't care. Whatever. Boring. It's on Game Pass though, so there you go. Now we got that, what is it? Mockingbird or something? The hell is this game called? It's like the most forgettable title ever. It's the most interesting game out of this showcase, but that's not saying much, dude. Oh, never mind. This is the Indiana Jones game. I'm sorry. I thought this was going to be the Mockingbird game. Okay. Well, we'll see what this is.
Hej och välkommen till Uppsala.
I guess because EA no longer has like LucasArts under their belt.
We are really excited to finally be able to share our work on Indiana Jones. Since the first film came out, Indiana Jones has always represented the ultimate adventure. Even today, it's one of the most iconic franchises.
Now, here's the problem. We already have the peak of Indiana Jones, the video game, with the Uncharted series. So this game somehow has to top that.
Franchises in pop culture. In this game, you aren't just playing as Indy, you are Indiana Jones.
What does that mean?
Through his eyes and experience a journey that we hope lives up to the proud legacy.
Oh, you're in first person?
When Todd Howard first told us about his vision for the game,
Uh-oh.
we knew we would be a very good fit to help bring it to life.
Oh, okay, so it's gonna be like Starfield.
Jones game forever. I'd had this idea for what it would be like and the story, what Indy was going after, what period of his life it was in, what kind of arc he was going to have.
Yeah, because he's gonna make a much better story than Steven Spielberg.
And as the years went on, I thought, who would be like the best studio in the world to make this? And it was my friends at Machine Games. I can remember pitching Lucasfilm on the game and being, a little bit nervous because, look, it's, Indiana Jones, and their response was just overwhelmingly positive, and just that excitement has bled through the whole project, and they have just been so trusting and supportive of everything that we want to do with the game. It's been a long time. I've been a fan of this my whole life, and I couldn't be more excited to show you what the team here has been up to. Let's take our first look at the new Indiana Jones game.
Trying to see what this company has made. Oh, they made like Wolfenstein and Quake and stuff, so it is just gonna be first-person garbage. Okay, and it's gonna be linear.
Playing your pointless game. I was playing you. You're wondering if maybe you should have built yourself a life of meaning instead of ending up here, dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
It's so weird seeing Harrison Ford. It better be third person, I swear to God. Oh no, it's first person. Ew. Yeah, so it's just a worse version of Uncharted. Doesn't mean it's gonna be bad.
Different ways to interpret the past.
Is that supposed to be his voice?
Thousands of years of humanity's thoughts and beliefs, scattered and buried. Just waiting.
I mean, I guess he's doing a pretty good impression, honestly.
Can't just run away from your problems, Indiana.
Watch me.
I don't know, man.
Mankind has built sites of great spiritual significance.
I think this needed to come out like 10 years ago.
Through these ancient sites around the globe, you get a perfectly aligned circle.
His voice sounds AI. Like, also that's licensed, so I'm sorry. I have to mute it. This looks like, God, you know what this game reminds me of? There was what the hell was it? There was a King Kong movie video game. I think it was on the 360. I think it was actually the first game I had on 360. It was surprisingly really good, despite the fact that I don't think anybody played it. But it looked really, really good for the time and was just a super generic shooter, like all the way from front to back. That was actually pretty good. I guess this is cool that this is going to be on Game Pass. But
You have any idea how old that was?
it's just kind of weird because I don't know if the Indiana Jones franchise is as hype.
Indiana Jones
Yeah.
is such an iconic character, and he means so much to so many people.
You mean Harrison Ford?
Everyone here at the studio has their own indie stories and memories. Most of us grew up with his adventures and have been fans of the movies and the character for years. He's a brilliant archaeologist, he's a charismatic everyman, he's passionate and determined. And for us, he's synonymous with adventure.
Now we have the opportunity to tell a new Indiana Jones story.
I don't know if they should be using his face.
Our game is all about putting you in Indy's shoes, letting you see and feel what he sees and feels. For us at Machine Games, we do that best through first person.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know about you guys, but what he's talking about just sounds like so dated, doesn't it? Like, maybe it's just me, but I still remember when game developers try to basically use first, like, oh, we didn't want to bother making it third person because in first person you can live as the character, and it's like, no. I don't think that that's ever been a thing. That's just something that game devs say because they didn't want to make the game third person. In which case, again, just play the goddamn Uncharted games. They're a masterpiece. And this game, I'm not saying it's going to be bad, but it's going to be forgettable.
It's the ideal perspective to bring you into the rich, exciting, and interactive world we've built. We believe that being up close and personal to the adventure is key, making each action feel like your own.
Yeah, Indiana Jones has been a pretty dead franchise for a while. Except for the most recent movie, which I actually like the most recent movie. I thought they did a pretty good job making it kind of like the old ones.
Are much more intense in first person.
And the deepfake that they did with Harrison Ford was insane.
Seeing his iconic silhouette with the hat, the whip.
Yeah, I wish I could see his iconic silhouette while I was playing the goddamn game. And, you know, I could be sitting there playing it and someone could walk in and be like, oh, crap, is that Indiana Jones? But instead, they're going to be like, oh, crap, what is that jungle game? Ark?
And so for things
because
like
it's first person.
In environmental traversal, we pull the camera back for a third person view. Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is set between Raiders of the Lost Ark and The Last Crusade.
I don't like that.
Begins, Indiana is working at Marshall College. He wakes up in the middle of the night to the sounds of a break-in and rushes to confront the thief in the college museum. The mysterious giant of a man makes off with what seems to be a historically insignificant artifact, sparking Indiana's curiosity.
Who the hell are you?
Following the trail, Indiana heads to the Vatican hoping to learn why this particular relic was stolen, and discovers that things aren't what they appear.
He starts pulling at the strings of a mystery, and it all unravels until he has no choice but to see it through to the end, whatever the end may be.
Okay. Him winning. We already know.
On next plane to Rome.
I genuinely am curious if it's AI for his voice, because there's moments where it sounds just like Harrison Ford. But one thing that is a dead giveaway for AI voicing, and I'm not saying that they don't have an impersonator, but if you've ever heard like the AI, like, oh, some person singing a song or whatever, it can get their tonality down of them talking and conversing, but as soon as it comes to sharing some sort of emotion, like yelling or screaming or singing in different pitches or whatever, that's where AI doesn't do it. So it feels like AI because there's moments that they're showing here where he's like, it feels like he should be really over enunciating something and then he doesn't, and it's like, might be AI.
Indiana Jones is that had to be one of
it might not be. It's just a theory.
Game we were making. It wouldn't be indie if he wasn't using his wits to get through the situation. The most authentic Indiana Jones experience we can make is the one that makes you think first.
I mean, all those puzzles are probably going to be dirt easy.
There will be some obstacles that will be more easily overcome with the revolver or a gun taken from a disarmed guard. But I think most of the time you'll have more fun and, to be honest, a more genuine indie experience by finding more clever ways to solve a problem.
We always want to be offering more solutions, whether it's trying a different path through the environment to get around enemies, observing enemy patrols and using them to your advantage, or using the tools at your disposal. Like
do game devs and like, do they just not have anything else to say? Like, this is the same crap that they've been saying for like 20 years. Like, oh, learning game enemy paths. Like, okay.
Amazing global.
I don't know.
With action propelling.
Like, I'm not trying to hate on this game in particular. It's just, they're like, you just look at what they're saying and they're just saying nothing.
Diverse environments for you to explore.
Like, that's a lot of words. That's it.
To the forgotten temples of Sukhothai, the pyramids of Egypt, the snow-peaked Himalayas, and beyond.
We look
concept art
at each location and the time period the game is set in, and we're trying to make it as authentic and accurate as possible.
We love creating rich, vibrant worlds, and in this game, we also had the goal of making it feel like a true cinematic Indiana Jones adventure.
One of the biggest ways to do that is with the music. John Williams is the original composer for the indie films, and we're really lucky to have found Gordy Hub, a composer who's been able to capture Williams' essence with his score for The Great Circle.
This was the original composer, but thankfully we got this other person instead. Like, what?
To things like cinematics. We're very physical with our production style. We use a lot of stunt actors. Things like this help us bridge the gap between making a game and making a movie.
And of course, our characters do a lot to help bring the world to life as well. Next to Indy, Gina is our other main protagonist. Where Indy is pursuing answers just for the sake of curiosity, Gina has a personal stake in getting to the bottom of the core mystery.
Gina is an investigative reporter who has a lot riding on this adventure. She's been tracking a lead for some time, and now she's found an ally in this determined American professor. Their paths
a lot of concept art, bro.
And they'll need each other in order to get to the bottom of this mystery.
Okay, then. Let's see if you can keep up.
Fight. What do you mean if I can keep up?
We always love our villains and think we might have found our favorite one yet in Emmerich Voss. He's this intensely psychological man. He's obsessed with the human mind and manipulating it.
He's highly intelligent and the perfect foil for him.
Damn, spooky.
They're both brilliant people, compelled by their passions and obsessions, but driven down wildly different roads.
He creeps up on you and gets under your skin like he gets under Indy's skin. It's captivating.
Dead and forgotten in the sense of Africa.
One of our mottos for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle is adventure first. But in every indie adventure, there are always those moments where he finds himself in the action.
That's been one of those balancing acts for us, and we've ended up with this sort of hybrid experience that mixes melee combat, stealth, and gunplay.
How you
Okay.
approach any given situation is up to you. You may choose to sneak around an enemy patrol, or maybe you'll just pick up a shovel and whack them on the back of their head. And when you can't use your wits, you got Indy's most iconic tool.
His gun.
Just like you see in the movies, one of our goals has been to make the whip as fun and multi-purpose as possible. We want it integrated into every
I noticed that as well,
You
Spooky.
can use it as a traversal tool to make your way around.
Like they keep showing the same. They keep showing the same gameplay clips over and over again. Look at this. His whip isn't even attached. Like
You
what?
can use it as a distraction. And yes, you can absolutely use it in combat.
This looks rough, man.
From Indy's whip, and hopefully a little bit more. Puzzles are a key feature in our game. The spirit of discovery is so important to Indiana Jones. Obviously, there are a handful of puzzles on the main path, but a lot of the puzzles are optional and are just there for the players who want to experience them. Epic traps, small secrets, and hidden puzzles that blend right in with their surroundings.
Yeah, because they had to hide them and make them optional because it's an action game.
Where anything could potentially hide a secret. The more you look, the more you'll discover.
I know it would look a lot better in third person.
Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Then we would actually be playing an Indiana Jones game.
I want to thank you all for joining us for our big reveal of Indiana Jones and the Great Circle. Machine Games is known for creating these roller coaster experiences with huge set pieces, surprising twists, and immersive narratives. It's exciting for us that we have been able to stay so true to the Indiana Jones franchise and create such an authentic experience while still being able to showcase what makes us us. We are making a game for everyone, whether you are very familiar with the franchise or not. Because at the heart of Indiana Jones is an incredible adventure, and I think that's something everyone wants to be part of. I'm also very excited to announce that Indiana Jones and the Great Circle will be coming later this year, and we cannot wait to share more soon.
Okay, that's licensed. Shut up. Yeah, I'm just looking at their list, and I don't know what he's talking about. This studio has made like the newer Wolfenstein games, and that's pretty much it. Which means that it's gonna be pretty, but those games didn't really have much going on for them, if I recall. I mean, I guess it's on Game Pass, so cool. I'm not even gonna bother. I don't care, man. I'm looking more forward to Star Wars Outlaws this year. Like that would be a dope if they had that on Game Pass. Then it would have been like, whoa. Oh, here's some extra thing. Oh, never mind. This is just them showing everything all at once. Yeah, I mean, it's an Xbox showcase. What do you expect, right? You knew it wasn't gonna be great.
Is it animals, children, and game developers?
What? The hell's he talking
Our
about?
mission here at Ninja Theory is to craft life-changing art with game-changing tech.
I like how now they're just repeating parts. Just like the Indiana just kept replaying clips.
Creating an immersive experience.
This one actually looked okay.
Is anchored in the world.
The Avowed game. I still think it might be multiplayer. I could be wrong, but I swear I saw a second player.
Indiana Jones.
My name is Masaru Oyamada.
What I'm expecting to happen over the following months is the state of play in February is probably when they're gonna start talking a lot more about Dragon's Dogma 2, and possibly when they'll finally showcase Rise of the Ronins multiplayer. Because no one's talked about it, but my buddy noticed that it actually said it's multiplayer on the actual like showcase, or the showcase, blah. The store, the PlayStation store. That's it, right? I assume. Oh yeah, and then there's just IGN, so they're just gonna wrap up and blah blah blah. All right, well, cool. Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it. Hope you had fun